What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Reserve Rights. I still think Reserve Rights has got a lot of price potential, heavily backed by some big name investors. The goal of them is pretty lofty and aspirational. Whether or not they can meet and achieve what their goal is a different matter. But given what their focus is, I still think there's price appreciation. So I'm going to explain exactly why in this vid. BlackRock, one of the members of BlackRock came out with a sort of warning to investors, stating that market sentiment is wrong about something in particular. So we're going to look at what they said in this vid too, because obviously it has ramifications for the market. Before I get into that though, guys, if you are new to this channel, these are the first 26 coins that I spoke about and did videos on this channel. On those videos, I was like, these are quality coins, I'm going to buy these. And these were the prices at recordings. These are the current prices. So had you bought them, say put in $100 into each, and you were still holding all those cryptos, I mean, why would you be? 2021 was a bull cycle, should have sold then. But if you were still holding them, you'd be able to sell them all today for like 13 grand, which is not bad. But like I said, 2021 was a crazy bull cycle. That's when you should have sold. That's when I sold. That's when my friends and followers did. And if you did, the $100 into each, the $2,600 investment would have netted you a profit of 123 grand. Huge. Now, like I said, I sold these. They're not what I own. But if you do want to see the cryptos that I've been buying up, the cryptos that I own right now, and the cryptos that I'm going to be buying in the future, then head over to Copy My Crypto. It's where I share all the coins I'm in. Everyone I buy, everyone I sell. Guys, Copy My Crypto is as simple as it gets. If you are someone that likes crypto, or you want to be in the crypto space because you know there's profits, but you don't have the time, you don't have the energy, you don't have the interest to read through everything and do your research. I do my research, I invest in these coins, and if you want to literally just copy along, you can. It's so simple. And you make the same gains I do. And if we look at just the spreadsheet here, you can see the consistency. So many of these did 10, 15x, so many did 20x's. We've got coins that did 40x's, 50x's, 60x's. Phantom obviously did nearly 700x. So if you're looking to make those kind of gains without putting in the 10,000 man hours that's required, then Copy My Crypto could be for you. So go read the site, and remember that every single thing that you read on that site, you can go through this YouTube channel's videos and confirm it and verify it all. If you like it, maybe I'll see you there, guys. Right, Reserve Rights. I'm starting to use CoinGecko because I don't know what's happened to CoinMarketCap. They've done like another rejig. I think it's terrible. It's horrible. The way that it looks now is awful. So I'm going to be using CoinGecko for a bit because I really don't like the way they've changed stuff. So Reserve Rights has a market cap of 178 million at the moment. Circulating supply is 45 billion. So first of all, look, what is Reserve Rights? So their project aims to create a censorship-resistant stablecoin. And RSV and decentralized fiat on decentralized fiat on and off ramps. Ultimately, Reserve's goal is to create a universal store of value, particularly in regions with unreliable banking infrastructure and regions where hyperinflation is an issue. They believe that the most responsible path to launch a decentralized digital currency is to start with a centralized fiat stablecoin, gather the necessary usage data, and use that data to evolve to a fully decentralized model. So there's 3 phases in the roadmap, which is the centralized phase, the decentralized phase, and the independent phase. So the centralized phase is where Reserve is backed by a small number of collateral tokens, each of which is a tokenized US dollar. The decentralized phase is where Reserve is backed by a changing basket of assets in a decentralized way, but still stabilized in price with respect to the US dollar. And number 3 is the independent phase, where Reserve is no longer pegged to the US dollar. It intends to stabilize its real purchasing power regardless of fluctuations in the value of the dollar. So currently users are mainly from Venezuela and Argentina. That's 2 countries that have experienced massive hyperinflation on their respective sort of fiat currencies. And the Reserve project provides US dollars access to the citizens of Venezuela and Argentina, helping them to save with US dollars and transact with low friction. The RSR token is still exploring a suitable revenue model. Ideas include obtain fees from issuers such as USDC, TUSD, and PAX, enact a transaction fee for using RSV, or enable collateralized lending for the underlying stablecoins. Now, like I said, really lofty damn ambitions, and maybe they achieve it, maybe they don't, but they are working towards it consistently. The team do give pretty reliable updates as well. Now, Reserve itself is backed by massive heavy hitters in the crypto space, backed by Coinbase, Digital Currency Group, GSR, Crypto Lotus. A lot of these are big names: Arrington Capital, Fembushi, Divergence as well. Peter Thiel is one of the long-term backers as well. You got Sam Altman, you got Jack Selby, who's also a member of the founding team at PayPal, like Peter Thiel. You got Matt Breimer. All of these, again, heavy hitters. And why are they backing Reserve Rights? Well, obviously, first of all, the vision that they have is something that your PayPals and stuff can understand, and they are on board with, because PayPal gives a lot of people access to funds in a way, and to money in a way that is different to what you get in a bank. Of course, you within PayPal, there's banking parts of it all. So the idea of Reserve trying to bring banking to the bankless, effectively, it's a solid shout. Like, it's a really aspirational goal. Now, the price action of Reserve has been terrible since its high, but look, it's had one bull cycle. And it did moon. It went up to about 11 cents at one point. So realistically, we've got to see how it performs in the next bull cycle. But Reserve Rights was one of those coins that had a shed ton of hype behind it. There were a lot of people going, is it ever going to hit $1? It's a big ask. That puts it at 45 billion market cap. That puts it in the top 5 in the world. And I'm not sure it will do that. I'm not sure it will break its previous high. Its previous high is quite massive, but I do think it's got a shot of tackling it. There's a lot of volume around that 7.5, 8 cent region. And that 8 cent region is sort of where I'm looking at the potential for Reserve Rights to rally to, which would be a 20x from where it is right now, which is still damn good. But it obviously depends on the developments within the protocol. I think they are still in phase 1, so they need to start moving towards that decentralized protocol that they're looking at. If they can get to phase 2, I think there's a lot more potential. They've got stuff on the horizon. The R tokens are coming soon, so they're fully collateralized and redeemable 1-to-1 for their collateral. They can be backed by RSR overcapitalization as well. By default, their decision making is transparent, decentralized. Then the R tokens is a nice idea. It's a nice concept, and it's going to be a step in the right direction towards that decentralized model. And when we take a look at the Reserve app, which is rpay.app, you can see, like I say, simple phone app, very, very easy to use. You can download and install. It's been installed like 1 million times. It's got peer-to-peer. It's got crypto trading as well. And it's got the ability, and it's also integrated with exchange, with an exchange, so that you can actually do your swaps. Again, it's been a strong, the RPay app has made strong steps in the right direction. Again, it's allowing people to utilize crypto in a way that doesn't necessarily require a bank. Again, like it. I like it. They've also got their hackathons that they often do. So they had this at Ethereum Denver 2023, which was 70,000 is up for grabs, and it's the R token pitch, the collateral plugins, and the R token adoption. Now, the first one's completed. This one is currently ongoing, and the R token adoption is going to be the next phase. But the fact that they are putting money up for grabs, giving developers a reason to come to them, that's always a damn good sign. Never, ever, ever, ever forget that that's a good sign, because you've got to incentivize developers to come. If developers aren't interested, the protocol will die. People will lose interest. So, all in all, I still think RSR Reserve Rights has a good shot of doing something. Remember as well, when they start introducing R tokens and stuff, they can effectively start introducing real world assets into this protocol really well. The next phase of DeFi has to be the tokenization of real world assets. That's going to be the next huge trend in DeFi. For my money, I'm sure of that, because that is the next evolution. And then after that, it's got to be the insurance protocols that come in that secure these decentralized protocols. But when you look at the actual how the traditional finance sector evolved, one of the biggest things was after the introduction of just natural trading and the natural markets, the derivatives were the next thing, and then after that, it was the evolution of real world assets like housing and stuff that started being introduced into the markets. So it's going to be a similar sort of time, not timeline necessarily, but similar evolution of decentralized finance. And that, for me, has to be the next step. And the fact that you've had, like, BlackRock, as an example, came out very recently and was saying that their focus is on those cryptos that can introduce real-world assets into crypto is, for me, that's a good, strong confirmation of my instinct around this. So Reserve, the evolution of the R tokens is going to be vital. If that goes really well, it can run back up to 8 cents or so, I think. 8 cents, there should be a hell of a lot of resistance at, because that's where all the volume was. But, it's only been through one bull cycle, so it could just be it could be one of those that's a one-hit wonder in the bull cycle. So we'll find out when the next bull cycle kicks in. But let me know what you guys think. And what do you think? Do you agree with me on the next evolution of DeFi, or do you think there's going to be something else? And if you think it's something else, please let me know in the comments. I always like reading them. And if you're a returning viewer, hit the subscribe button. This video is going to make you money. You don't want to miss them. And guys, if you want to see the cryptos that I own right now, go and read copymycrypto.com. Go read through the site. It's going to take you 10 minutes. And on the site, every single thing that you read, you can literally you can verify all of it on this YouTube channel's history. You can see that everything that was said. You can confirm it all, that it's fact. It's all public record. And if you like what you read, then maybe I'll see you there. If you don't, obviously don't buy. But don't ignore it. Go read the page. Like I said, it's where I share everything that I'm in. Anytime I buy or sell a coin, the members are alerted immediately. If you're looking to make gains in crypto, but you simply don't have the time, the energy, or the resources to do the research, then this could be exactly what you need. All the coins that I'm in, I've deep dived, researched thoroughly, and believe that they're going to be big winners. And if you want to make the gains, or the same gains as I do, then you can literally just join and copy along. That's what a lot of the members do. But yeah, guys, go read the site. Link is on screen. And last thing, BlackRock. So BlackRock have come out and issued, I mean, it's Forbes. You know I hate Forbes, guys. So BlackRock issues stark Fed warning after a huge Bitcoin and Ethereum boom. And realistically, it's an obvious warning. And it's this. Analysts at the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock, have warned that the market is wrong to bet that the Fed is about to flip dovish, predicting higher interest rates are here to stay. I would agree with that. I don't think we're about to all of a sudden see the Fed slowing down on what they've been doing against inflation. There's no evidence for it. They've been pretty damn consistent over the past 18 months in terms of rate hikes. I would actually argue that that it will continue more and more and more and more, because their overriding goal that they always say, or certainly the one that they claim, is that they want to fight inflation. And their method for fighting inflation is raising interest rates. Inflation's still way too high. Of course, they're going to carry on rising interest rates. But if they do, then we're going to see the market impact. So we think the Fed could only deliver the rate cuts priced in by markets if a more serious credit crunch took hold and caused an even deeper recession than we expect. That was by the BlackRock strategists. So unless we start seeing a huge banking tumble, or unless we start seeing to be fair, it has to be a banking tumble at this point that's gonna deepen the recession, and then they'll have to counter that plan of action with regards to interest rates. But we'll see. Because obviously, if rate cuts start happening, or if they slow down, that would be buoyant for a lot of markets. But I think it's unlikely, and clearly BlackRock do too. But let's see. We've got a while now till the next one, so we'll find out. And that's it from me, guys. Have a lovely day. Take it easy. Bye-bye.